The final ride. I have been a Fast and Furious fan since day one. And I know the movies have gotten to the point where it's pretty much a spectacle and outlandish, but it's still a really, really fun time at the theaters. And we have massive news about the final ride. The Fast and Furious finale. We're going to be talking about the grand finale, the saga, and the news that just dropped from Vin Diesel himself. Drop a like, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, turn on your notifications. Let me know what is your favorite Fast and Furious movie. I read every single comment on every single video. We're also going to talk about all the rumors. Is this actually going to be the end of the saga? And what Vin Diesel said the other day that kind of, I would say, has the fan base divided a little. And I'll give you my thoughts on that as well. So he dropped three big things. One of those being that it's going to go back to LA, which a lot of people have wanted to return to LA. They're tired of globetrotting. They want it to come home. Then he also said that it's going to be more street racing focused, which is another big complaint that people have had for a long, long time. Heck, I mean, we've seen them riding into space. We've seen everything, literally everything you can think of. I think to finish off the saga, take it back to its roots. But the big one, the bombshell that he dropped, was talking about Paul Walker's character, Brian. And we'll discuss that as well. I'll figure out what you guys think about it, and if you think there's actually a way to do this that doesn't really just ruin the legacy. There's also a huge rumor about an old villain that could team up at the very end with our latest villain in the Ultimate Showdown. If it ends up being true, I mean, it's Fast and Furious. You really can't count out anything. So first up, let's talk about the big news that Vin Diesel dropped the other day. At a recent car culture event, it was Fuel Fest in Los Angeles, Vin Diesel revealed the big three. The big three non-negotiable conditions for making the final Fast and Furious film, which is funny because it's not like they need to go negotiate anyway. They're going to make it regardless. He's going to make it, but whatever. They weren't random demands. They were basically Vin's way of saying he's tuning the finale to what fans want. Conditions? Well, 3 boxes to check. Return to Los Angeles. Vin insists the story comes back to LA where it all started. That means Dom Toretto is heading home, back to those original streets of Toretto's neighborhood. And to me, this is a big deal because, I mean, the series once again has been all over the globe. Coming back to LA signals a full circle moment, right back to the roots. Maybe we'll see the old house in Angel Grove, if you remember the backyard barbecues, which we've seen before, or the original racing spots in downtown LA. That is going to be just nostalgia, just drip-fed straight into our veins. Then, the second one was bringing back the street racing culture. Yes, after years of all the heists, the submarines, rocket cars in space, Fast and Furious is allegedly going to get back to car culture and street racing where it all started. Vince specifically said the second condition was to return to the car culture, to the street racing. That means we can expect the final movie to feature the kind of underground racing vibes that made us all fall in love with the franchise in the first place. I mean, I'm already picturing neon lights, engine revs, quarter-mile challenges, pink slips. You never had your car. It would feel like 2001 all over again. I remember coming out of Fast and Furious and literally across the city, you could just hear tuner exhaust, races. It was surreal. I mean, Fast X director Lewis hinted at this direction too, noting that after literally sending cars to space in F9, it's probably time to bring the franchise back to Earth for the finale. So just expect more asphalt, less outer orbit, and all will be good. But the big news, the controversial news that he dropped was Dom and Brian O'Connor reuniting. Yeah, Vin's third condition was reuniting Dom and Brian, and he straight up said, that is what you're going to get in the finale. So Brian, Paul Walker's character, who we haven't seen on screen since his bittersweet send-off in Furious 7, is apparently set to return in some capacity. This is big. As fans, everybody knows Brian O'Connor isn't dead in the Fast universe. The character is retired because of Paul Walker's tragic passing in 2013. But within the story, Brian's alive. He's just living quietly with Mia and the kids. Now, Vin Diesel making Brian's return a must for the final film is both a heartfelt tribute, and it's a big fan wish fulfillment. It's going to show how central Brian's character is to the family. Even Vin says Brian has remained central to the heart of the franchise, and fans are absolutely excited to see him, but other fans are worried it's going to tarnish the legacy because we know how this is going to go. I mean, how do they plan on pulling it off? Paul Walker passed away. RIP. So this will be some kind of CGI magic moment probably. Possibly. I mean, remember, they managed a very moving farewell scene in Furious 7 using Paul's brother as body doubles and digital effects. It was brief. I say it was done pretty well. I mean, if you didn't tear up to see you again, are you even a fan of the franchise? Now, if they do bring Brian back, which they say they are, it's likely going to be with the full blessing and involvement of the Paul's family. I believe his brother Cody and his mom were both at this event as well. According to reports, Vin has been in talks with Universal about this. Nothing is more important to him than getting the Dom-Brian reunion right. It's both to honor Paul Walker's memory and to give fans that emotional payoff. So we might be looking at a short but powerful cameo. Maybe Brian saving the day in a crucial moment, or even just appearing in the final scene to drive off in the sunset with Dom one more time. But however they do it, has to be tasteful, it has to be done right, and it's going to be an absolute, I would say this is going to be one of those all-time theater moments if they pull it off. Now, one more thing Vin revealed, the studio is currently eyeing a spring 2027 release for the final movie, and originally, they hoped for 2025, then it got pushed to 2026, but it's pushed out, likely to give them time to meet Vin's conditions and do the finale properly. So, mark your calendars for 2027. It's a bit of a wait, but it should be worth it. At least we know Vin Diesel is personally making sure that he's doing everything he said he would. He literally told the studio, only under these conditions would he proceed, and the studio agreed. So, LA, street races, and Brian. We're getting every bit of it. I really, really hope they do it right. Now, beyond the Vin official announcements, there's some leaks and rumors that are flying around about the final film. There's a lot of talk about which characters might return, and if even half of these come true, the finale is going to be a massive reunion party of all Fast and Furious All-Stars. So number 1, Suki. Yeah, heavily rumored to return. This one actually comes with receipts. Vin Diesel himself kind of teased it on Instagram. He posted a photo of him hugging Devin Aoki, who OG fans will remember as Suki from Too Fast, Too Furious, the girl with the pink Honda S2000, and his caption was very intriguing. He wrote, 2 decades to this moment. As we are in production for the Fast finale, Paul Walker, sent a message, Suki, all love, always. Fans went nuts over the post, interpreting as a strong hint that Suki's character will appear in Fast 11. It also helps that in Fast X, there's a little Easter egg mentioning Suki. Apparently, Dante, Jason Momoa's character, has a list of Dom's allies he was tracking, and Suki's name was on that list. So, all arrows point to Suki. 2, Hobbs. Hobbs is back. He's bringing probably some rays with him. According to this one, I mean, well, it's not even a rumor. It's basically confirmed. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made a surprise cameo as Luke Hobbs in the Fast X mid-credit scene, which blew everyone's mind since he and Diesel had a very public feud, and he swore he was done with the franchise, sure. But it turns out family's stronger than feuds, of course, because Johnson is officially coming back. In fact, he announced he'll star in a Fast and Furious spin-off movie before the finale. It's going to bridge the story. And of course, that spin-off is reportedly Hobbs and Reyes, meaning Hobbs will be dealing with Dante Reyes, Momoa's character, directly. Likely picking up right after the Fast X credits stinger, and that project will be set, well, it's going to set the stage for the final showdown. So expect Hobbs to have a major role in the finale as well, which is cool. I mean, Hobbs' dynamic with Dom and their shared hatred of Dante should add a lot of muscle, maybe some humor to the last ride. It's good fan service, right? Then we have Gal Gadot, the shocking return, right? In Fast X. By now, if you saw Fast X, you know that Gal's character surprisingly popped up alive at the end, not sure how, rescuing Letty and Cypher in a submarine. That reveal opened the door for her to be part of the finale cast. It wasn't a rumor, it was set up in the story. And like I said, you can never expect anything other than what's going to happen. You just don't know. She was dead in Fast 6, and now she's back. And the other rumored characters, Fast community, there's a lot of wish list here. One interesting rumor floating around is the potential return of Carter Verone. Remember the villain from Too Fast, Too Furious, played by Cole Hauser? I mean, Cole Hauser has seen massive success in the Yellowstone series. It's unconfirmed, but he's very popular. And fans think bringing his character back could be a cool deep cut and a tie into the second film. Some fans even imagine Verone teaming up with Dante, since Verone would have a big grudge against Brian and Roman all the way back from 2003. And then we should also note Mia Toretto will be back. Dom's sister, Brian's wife. She had a smaller role in Fast X, but expect her to be present, especially if Brian returns, even if it's digitally. You're going to get the core crew, Letty, Roman, Tej, all of them, right? Han, Ramsey. They're all going to be there. This is it. This is the final send-off. It's going to be a huge reunion. Pretty much anyone who's not definitively 6 feet under, then again, it doesn't matter, will probably be there. Now the fun part. What do we expect here? what's going to happen? We have the cliffhanger rescue. I mean, who saves Dom? Who saves his son? Fast X literally left us on the edge of a cliff. Well, it was a dam. Dom and his son were trapped as Dante blew the dam to smithereens. So the rest of the crew's plane was shot down, crashing, and there's no way Dom and Little B drown here, right? So what's going to happen? Well, we'll have to find out. And what's Dante's next move? Is he going to get an alliance of villains? We talked about Carter Verone coming back. Could he bring on people from the past? Will Cypher join him for some reason? It's going to be something huge. You know it is. And then, of course, the final race. I mean, since they want to bring back real street racing, I think there's going to be at least one classic final race sequence. And I'm hoping they pull back and use all the quotes, hit all the nostalgia buttons that are there. And then it's just an emotional goodbye. It's full circle moments. We're all going to say goodbye to a franchise that's been part of a lot of our lives for over 2 decades. Whether it's been wild and outlandish, grounded, it doesn't matter. It's been a ton of fun. And I'm definitely going to get sad about this one. You guys, let me know what you think. I'll keep you posted if anything new happens. Let me know what you think about Brian returning CGI-wise, and I'll see you soon.